That's how you build your audience. When I first started YouTube, I was horrible at tagging my videos, and you don't even know the person's name. And now in the beginning of 2020, I have almost 100,000. I would not be a good person to start a cleaning YouTube channel. Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. So today I am going to be sharing my top tips for starting a YouTube channel. If you are totally brand new to the YouTube game and you haven't even posted your first video yet, or maybe you've posted a few videos but want to grow your following, or even if you are a seasoned YouTuber or you're just someone who watches videos and is super curious about what goes on behind the scenes, then this video is for you. So for those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Jen. I'm a full-time working mom and YouTube is my side hustle. I have a normal 9-to-5 job, and so typically when I work on this is on the evenings and weekends. It has become my passion. It has become a thriving side business, and so I really want to share with you my tips and tricks because I wish that I would have had something like this when I started uploading videos. And I really want to share the knowledge that I've gained, and hopefully it can help some people along the way. This video is going to be part of a two-part series, so this is part one. In the second video, I'm going to talk about income on YouTube, how you make money on YouTube, and I'm also going to share my 2019 YouTube income report. So just a brief history, I guess, of my experience on YouTube. So I actually uploaded my first video in 2013. So that was almost 7 years ago now. I really got my start on YouTube because of paper crafting. I was actually a scrapbooker. I worked for many years in the scrapbooking industry, also sort of as a side job on contract. And so if you go way back on my channel at the very beginning, all you will find is basically scrapbooking videos. But about 2 years ago, I decided to transition over to more of a lifestyle channel. I wanted to post family content, more food videos, and I really wanted to have a platform where I could support and inspire working moms. I have been a full-time working woman all of my adult life, ever since I've had children, and I really think that that was part of YouTube that was missing for me. It was difficult to find women on YouTube like myself that worked outside the home and had to juggle everything just like I did. Now, don't get me wrong, I watch all kinds of people on YouTube. I watch working moms, I watch stay-at-home moms, I watch men, women, everybody, but I think there's something to be said about that niche that you just get and that you really connect with, and so that was my platform from the beginning when I started transitioning my channel. I can't remember exactly, but when I started transitioning my channel from crafting content to more home and lifestyle content, I believe I had around 2,000 subscribers, and I sort of went back and forth about deciding whether or not I would start a new channel. And what I ended up deciding was that I would keep my existing channel in order to leverage the subscribers that I already had, and then what I did was I just posted a video sort of explaining the new direction I was taking so that my subscribers wouldn't be caught off guard. So at the beginning of 2019, I believe I had around a little less than 40,000 subscribers. I think I had maybe 38,000 or something like that. And now in the beginning of 2020, I have almost 100,000. So I have 90.5 thousand, I believe. And so I'm very close to that 100,000 mark, which I am super proud of. And so while I would never claim to be a YouTube expert, I do think that I have some tips and tricks that may help some people. So the first thing that people always want to know about is equipment. What kind of equipment do you need to start a channel? What editing software do you use? What camera do you use? What microphone do you use? And that is a common question, obviously, because people see your videos, they see the quality of your videos, and if it's good, they want to replicate that. So I want to mention too that any products or services or anything that I mention in this video will all be linked in the description box below in case you guys are interested in those. So obviously, in order to start a YouTube channel, you will need some type of video camera. There are people who start YouTube channels with their cell phone all the time. I personally have an iPhone. I have filmed clips with it before and put them on my channel. I've never fully filmed a video on my phone and put it on my channel. There are phones now that have really great video quality. And so if that's something that you're interested in doing and you don't have a video camera, don't let that stop you. As far as editing videos on your phone, I don't really have any experience with that. I've always used a program and a computer, but I know that there are people who edit videos on their iPhones as well. I just don't have any information on that. The camera that I use is the Canon G7X, and this is a pretty standard vlogging camera. I got this a little over a year ago. The price point is around $600, and I'm really happy with it. Prior to this camera, I had a Canon Vixia. I actually bought this probably, I don't know, 5 years ago now to film my scrapbooking videos with, because I wanted something that I could mount above onto the table so that folks could see me working. This video camera is okay. I actually use this for some of my food videos starting out when I transitioned my channel, and it works fine. It doesn't perform the best in low light. It doesn't compensate for low light that well, and so this is really not a good vlogging camera, but I can link this one down below if you're interested also. This is a very cheaper price point than the Canon G7X. I also wanted to mention that I do have a Nikon DSLR. This is a D5100. I have used this before for video, although I don't use it that frequently just because it's heavy, and I'm not that skilled at shooting video with this. I am skilled at shooting in manual mode, like portrait photography, or even like, you know, photography of my kids or scenic photography or something like that. That I know how to do, but I'm not that proficient in videography with this, and so I typically don't use this for my videos. One thing I would say also, if you buy a video camera, make sure that you get an extra battery because you would not believe how many times your battery will die in the middle of filming something, and you don't want to wait for it to charge up to use it again. And so I would definitely recommend getting an extra battery as well. The next thing that you'll probably need is a tripod. I do have this camera right now mounted on a tripod. It's a Rovelli tripod. It is great. It is heavy duty. I would recommend investing in high quality items, especially if you're going to be using them for filming a lot. You're going to be banging them around, and it's better to make the investment up front and have the quality of product and not have to replace it down the road. If you're going to be vlogging, I would also recommend more of a handheld tripod. This is a Manfrotto brand. It is very slick. It screws right onto the bottom of the camera. I like that the legs pull out like that, so it's very stable. A lot of times I will either vlog with this, or if I'm cooking something and I want to get shots up close, I'll set this right on my counter and point it towards my mixing bowl or whatever I'm doing. And this also has a push button here, which you can push, and it very easily rotates the top of the tripod, which is really nice. So I've tried a few different handheld tripods, and so far this is my favorite. The other thing that you will probably need is a computer and editing software. So this is my laptop. I got it from Costco. It is a Dell. I bought it several years ago. I think it was my present to myself for Mother's Day. So I can link it down below, or something similar. This particular model probably isn't available anymore. If you're going to edit videos, you want to make sure that you get a computer that has a really fast processor. I'm sorry, I'm not a computer guru, but you want to get something that has the capacity to run video editing software, because video editing software takes up a lot of your computer's memory. And if you don't have a large enough processor, it's going to be very frustrating. Your computer is going to be shutting down all the time, and nobody wants that. As far as editing software, I use a software called Power Director. It runs around $50 on Amazon. You can order it and install it yourself. I've been pretty happy with it. It does everything that I need it to do. I should also say that I have never owned a Mac computer. I do have an iPhone, but I'm not familiar with Mac computers, and so I know that a lot of folks that have Macs use iMovie. I don't have any knowledge of that, but if you have a PC, Power Director has worked pretty well for me. Prior to Power Director, I used Windows Movie Maker, which is actually no longer supported, and I had to stop using it, but that is pretty user-friendly. The great thing about most of these editing softwares is that you can go on YouTube and find videos for pretty much anything you need to know how to do. And still today, if I don't know how to do something in my editing software, I'm definitely Googling it or looking it up on YouTube. The other thing I wanted to mention is a microphone. If you're gonna do any type of voiceover work on YouTube, you definitely need some type of a microphone. When I first started filming scrapbooking videos and did voiceover, voiceovers, I actually used a gaming headset just because that's what we had at home and I didn't want to invest in anything else. But then as I progressed, I did purchase a blue snowball microphone, which I will show you. I have it over here. So it's on a stand right now, so I'm not gonna take it off, but this is what the microphone looks like. I have it on a mic stand because typically when I'm doing voiceovers, I like to sit at my desk and then I can have my microphone like this and not have to hold it. The other thing that I would recommend is a pop filter. So that's what this looks like, and it just helps you when you are speaking into the microphone not to have that hard sound when you say your P's and T's. You can definitely tell if someone is speaking like that and doesn't have a pop filter. One thing I want to say about audio and video is that people are very forgiving about bad video, but they are not forgiving about bad sound. So if you are filming in an area where there is noise in the background and you're trying to do a voiceover, or if your voiceover is very quiet and the rest of the video is very loud, or you're in a room that has a loud echo, those are things that people will not, they will not put up with. They will click out of your video so fast. And so that's something that I haven't always done a good job with, but since I realized that, I do try and make sure that all of my video is the same volume. I try to make sure that all of my voiceovers are good quality. And so that's something that I would recommend to you if you're first starting out. Make sure that you have high quality audio and the highest quality video that you can. The other thing that you will probably need for your videos is copyright-free music. YouTube does supply some music that you can download, and I used that with success for a long time. The thing about putting music in your videos is that you have to use copyright-free music. You can't just use any song or MP3 that you would hear on the radio because you'll get a copyright strike and you won't be able to monetize your video. So if you're wanting to make money on YouTube eventually, that's something that you want to stay away from. I use a music service called Epidemic Sound. It is $15 a month. It is well worth it. They have a huge library full of music that you can download. I have a huge library now on my own computer. It's great to be able to use the music worry-free without having to worry about getting a copyright strike. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about is really educating yourself in terms of how to start your YouTube channel, how to vlog, how to come up with content, how to find your niche. And I want to thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. If you guys are not familiar with Skillshare, it's an online learning community for creatives. And it's a place where millions of people can come together to take the next step in their creative journey. So they offer thousands of classes for creative and curious people on topics including illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, and a lot more. I have been using Skillshare personally for the last several years, and I have taken many classes on Skillshare regarding things that I wanted to learn for my YouTube channel. I actually took a class last year on vlogging, which I thought was super helpful. I always think it's a great idea to take classes from experts in their field because you're gonna learn exactly the right way that you should be doing things. One thing I also wanna mention about Skillshare is they have a super user-friendly app. That is definitely a must for me on any online learning platform. I want my app to run seamlessly. I want the app to be clean and easy to use, and it even plays when you close out of the app, which is the best thing about it because, you know, if you're watching a class and you get a text, you can click over to that and the class will still play. One of the classes that I'm currently taking, I am on to the 4th lesson currently, is a class called YouTube Success, Build an Authentic Channel That's Worth the Follow. I really think that if you guys are even wanting to start YouTube or you're even in the middle of your YouTube journey, this is a class that you will really love. It teaches you about how to build your credibility, how to find your niche, make a plan to execute your YouTube channel, and then how to be worthwhile for people to follow you. So I would definitely recommend that class. If you guys are interested in trying out Skillshare, the first 500 people to click the link in my subscription box will get 2 free months of premium membership so you can explore your creativity. The thing I also like about Skillshare is that it's super affordable. There is an option for an annual plan as well as a monthly plan. Like I said, I think that the content on there is super valuable, and especially if you want to learn something specific like this, it is definitely worth your investment. So the next thing that I want to talk about is finding your niche. And you hear this a lot, especially in the online community. What's your reason? What's your why? What's your niche? Niche down. And so really what that means is figuring out what you're passionate about and what you want to communicate in your videos. For example, I personally do not like cleaning that much. I mean, I have to do it because I have a house and I want it to be clean. I would not be a good person to start a cleaning YouTube channel. But let's say I was watching other cleaning YouTube channels and seeing, wow, these are really taking off. I want to make some money. I want to get in on that. I'm going to start making YouTube videos about cleaning. Since that's not something I'm passionate about, that is the wrong answer. The thing is that even though people are watching you online, they can spot fake from a mile away. And so my first piece of advice to you when finding your niche is to be authentic. If you start doing something that you don't actually like or that you're coming off as fake, people are gonna see that and they're not going to want to watch you. So it could literally be anything. Say that you love to watercolor, or you like to read novels and review them. You like to cook, you like to clean, you like to collect stamps. Whatever it is that you're passionate about, take that, distill that down, and make that the main focus of your channel. Now, does that mean you can't post videos about anything else? No, definitely not. I basically started my channel posting mostly food content, and then once my subscriber count kind of got off the ground and I built an audience, then I started integrating other content in. I started doing vlogs and cleaning videos and different things, just to kind of test the waters and see what my audience liked. The other thing I want to talk about is naming your channel. I really went back and forth on this about trying to come up with a clever name, and in the end, I did not name my YouTube channel anything clever or creative. I used my name, which is Jen Chapin. I personally do not want to be pigeonholed into any sort of name. For example, you have people out there who name their channels after cleaning or after keto diet or something else like that. And personally, that makes me nervous because even though I'm typically gonna post some type of similar video content, I don't want to pigeonhole myself into a name that I might have to change later. And so I really couldn't come up with anything that I thought was clever without being corny. And so I just used my name, and I'm super happy I made that decision. The other thing I want to say is that if you do choose a name for your channel, make sure that you introduce yourself in your videos. I cannot tell you how many times I have watched channels where I click on the channel and the YouTube channel name will say like Mama on the Run or something like that. I don't know, I just made that up. That might be a channel, I don't know. It'll say Mama on the Run, and then you'll click on the video and the video will start and it's like, hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm doing blah, 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 blah. And you watch their whole video and you don't even know the person's name. To me, that is a crime. If you were gonna name your channel something, start your video out with, hey, this is Jen, welcome back to my channel. People aren't gonna feel personally connected to you if they don't know your name. That brings me to another important point, and that is consistency. That doesn't mean that you have to post a video every single day on YouTube, but it does mean that you need to be probably posting at least one video a week. Especially when you're first starting out, I would probably recommend posting maybe 3 to 4 videos per week. That way people know that they can come back to your channel on a regular basis and find content. I can't tell you how many times I've come across a video in my feed and I will click on their channel and they haven't posted a video in 3 months. That's not a channel that I'm going to subscribe to, because to me, it comes off like they're not active. And so I really encourage you to be consistent. Even if you're only posting 1 video a week, that is totally fine, but definitely be consistent about that 1 video so that viewers know what to expect and when they can come back. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is creating searchable content. And so this is really more, well, even more important when you're first starting your channel. Searchable content is something that people either come onto the web or come onto YouTube just specifically to search for. For example, someone might come to YouTube and they might type in keto meal prep, how to keto meal prep, how to cook chicken in the Instant Pot. Those are all searchable terms that people come onto YouTube or go onto Google looking for. Searchable content is not mommy vlog or something like that. So when you're really first getting off the ground, you really need to think about how you're titling your videos, the content of your videos, the content that you're putting in your description box, and what tags that you're using, because you want to be creating videos that people are going to find, especially if it's something that's in their particular niche or their particular viewing history. YouTube is going to recommend those videos to them. They're not going to recommend videos that are just like mommy vlog, day at the park. Now, once you're an established YouTuber and you've built an audience and you can depend on those people to watch your videos day after day, then yes, you probably can post a video day at the park and people will see your face on the thumbnail and they'll say, oh, I want to watch Jen at the park. But before you sort of gain traction, I think it's really important to focus on that searchable content. One of the biggest things that helped my channel, and I have to give a shout out to Gia at Marriage and Motherhood because she is the one that turned me onto this, was a service called vidIQ. And if you are a YouTuber, I would recommend this service without reservation. I do the paid option. It is $50 a month and it is well worth it. It gives you the ability to add tags to your videos based on your channel and based on similar videos of the same content. For example, if I go on YouTube and I have the vidIQ browser extension and I'm uploading a what's for dinner video, I type in the title, what's for dinner, cook dinner with me. Automatically, vidIQ is going to suggest hundreds of tags that help me tag my video so that people will find it. It will bring up other people's channels that do what's for dinner videos, like Mandy from Mandy in the Making, or Kristen Stepp, or Leanne from Grady's Mom. Any of the YouTubers I know and follow, it will bring up their videos, it will show their tags, and it will allow me to add the tags that they have, so that then if someone is watching their video, my video might get recommended after theirs is done playing, and then that's potentially a new viewer that would be introduced to my channel, and then hopefully they would subscribe. That's how you build your audience. When I first started YouTube, I was horrible at tagging my videos. I had no idea about search engine optimization, SEO. I had no idea about anything. I was just uploading videos. I wasn't putting anything in the description box. I was putting like 3 tags on there. What's for lunch? Lunchbox. Boop, there we go. So I really wasted a lot of time when I really could have been using those videos better to make more people discover my channel. The other thing I want to talk about is thumbnails. So as you know, thumbnails are a big part of YouTube. They are a big part of helping get your videos discovered. They are the first thing that people see when they see your video in their feed. And honestly, it is a lot of the reason why people click or don't click on your thumbnail. Now, there are a ton of videos out there on what make the best thumbnails for YouTube. I'm not going to go over all that because there's tons of content out there already on that. What I will say is that you definitely want bright, light colors and bold text. You want to kind of stay away from scripty text, although I do still use a little bit of scripty text in my thumbnails sometimes, but you want big, bold writing that people can see, because you have to realize that most of the time when people are watching this on their phone, the thumbnails are teeny tiny. So there is a lot of content out there, again, about thumbnails, but what I wanted to talk about is the program that you use to make your thumbnails. Some people use PicMonkey, some people use apps on their phone. I personally use Photoshop Elements. I've used it for years, even when I was really active in scrapbooking and photography. I've always used Photoshop Elements to edit my photos, and so that's something that I'm very familiar with, and that's just what I choose to use. You can also use Canva. I actually have a Canva subscription, not for my thumbnails, but I use it for PDFs. Like if I do a PDF on a meal plan, I will create that in Canva and then put it somewhere so that people can download it. So those are just a few different services, but you'll definitely need some type of graphic design program so that you can design interesting thumbnails if you want to have success on YouTube. The other thing too is about your channel banner on YouTube, and that's something that you could even hire out to have someone design for you. I personally design my own in Photoshop Elements, but you really want people to notice that when they come to your page. You want it to be bright and you want it to tell the person what your channel is all about, because you have to always think in terms of new viewers. How am I going to get people to visit my channel? And when they do visit my channel, is it inviting? Is it current? Does my channel and banner tell them what I am all about. All of those things increase your likability and increase your chance of getting new subscribers. Okay, so I think those are the main points that I wanted to run through, and now I just have some random things that I jotted down that I think are helpful and that I hope will help you. The first is that at some point you have to just start. If you're someone who has been thinking for a long time about creating a YouTube channel and putting videos out there, at some point you just have to get over your fear and start. Upload that first video. If you're super scared, you can actually upload your first video to private or unlisted. You can watch it yourself. You can send it to your friends and have them watch it and give you constructive feedback. Heck, if you want to send it to me and have me watch it, I would love to give you constructive feedback. I love that kind of stuff. But you have to realize that this is something that you're going to get better at over time. In the beginning, you're gonna post really cringy videos. And if I go back and look on my channel at some of the first videos I posted, they are super cringy. And that's just what's gonna happen. The nature of YouTube is that you are learning in front of everyone. And yes, you will get some constructive feedback, but you might also get made fun of, and you know what? That's okay because you're learning. The more important thing is to take that learning and make yourself better and push yourself to be better because of it. That brings me to my next point, which is to accept constructive criticism. I think it is so important for us to be able to accept constructive feedback. I know that when I first started being really active on YouTube and posting videos, people would, post comments like, your intro was too long, or your music was too loud, just simple things like that. And I know that everyone's first instinct is to get really defensive, but try not to do that. Try to step back and think that that person is trying to help you out and give you a tip, and use that feedback to make yourself better. My next bit of advice is to Google everything. If you don't know how to do something, Google it. If you don't know how to do a transition in your editing software, or you don't know why your video is not uploading to YouTube, there are so many free resources out there on this. There are so many people, especially on YouTube, that make channels just out of teaching people how to do YouTube. And so that's what I did a lot. I'm self-taught. I'm mostly all self-taught in terms of editing videos and editing photos and all of that. And you know what? It's super fun, and I feel like you grasp it almost better when you have to learn by trial and error than just like sitting in a class. When you learn something and then you try it and then you fail and then you learn it again and then you fail, that's when we learn the most, and that's when we get really good at what we're doing. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that there are restrictions for new YouTubers now in terms of monetizing their channel. Now, what monetizing means is that you can make money off of YouTube. It used to be that anyone could monetize their channel, but several years ago they changed that, and so now the requirement is you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers on your channel and 4,000 hours of watch time in the last 12 months. And you can find all that in your channel analytics. And so it's really important to build your audience and be posting videos regularly. Otherwise, you're never gonna get to the point where you can monetize your channel. When I started posting videos regularly, I think it took me about 6 months to become monetized. I already had the subscriber count, but it took me a while to get to the 4,000 hours watched. So just don't be discouraged. Keep putting content out there and you will get there. Lastly, I just want to say that as a YouTuber, you definitely want to make friends in this community. And that means reaching out to other YouTubers for collaborations or reaching out to them to ask them questions. There are a lot of things in this business, I guess, that aren't really publicly talked about. And so I think it's really important to make friends, give them your phone number, text them when you have a question. I have made so many awesome friends through YouTube, and sometimes I don't know what I would do without being able to text them late at night about something that is frustrating me. Okay, so make sure that you are subscribed to my channel if you're not already, because I am going to be posting a video within the next week on the income potential on YouTube, how people make money on YouTube, and again, how much I made from all of my sources of YouTube revenue in 2019. I also want to, again, thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. If you guys want to check it out and you want to get some more education on this particular topic, Skillshare is definitely the place to do it. I will have a link in the description box below, so make sure that you check that out. If you guys have any other questions that I didn't address in this video, please leave them in the comments below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.